In the 1920s and early 30s, Cunard's transatlantic service relied on the Big Three, the steamships Mauretania, Aquitania, and Berengaria. The Mauretania, which first sailed in 1907, was the oldest and smallest of the three, but also the fastest. She held the record for the fastest transatlantic crossing from 1907 to 1929. She was also the sister ship of the lost Lusitania. The Aquitania, inaugurated in 1914, was everybody's favorite. Neither the fastest nor the largest, she was nonetheless Cunard's most popular liner. The Berengaria, built in 1913 in Germany, was the largest passenger ship in the world at the time of her launch. Taken as reparations after the First World War, she went to Cunard as a replacement for the Lusitania. Still one of the largest liners afloat, she became the flagship of the Cunard fleet. With these three ships, Cunard provided weekly transatlantic service. Summer and winter, one of them sailed from Pier 54 at the foot of West 14th Street every week of the year. In the early 1920s, federal legislation brought an end to the immigration that had been transatlantic steamship lines' most profitable business. In its place came the waves of American tourists visiting Europe. Steerage accommodations were replaced with tourist third class, allowing even those of modest means to visit England and the continent. An entire generation of American artists, writers, and composers came of age in 1920s Europe.
These two wire fox terriers are going to England to compete at the English shows. This is the first occasion on which American-bred wire fox terriers have gone to England to compete in the Open Championship shows there. The dog with the black marks on his body is Bobby Burns of Wild Oaks, the puppy that won the puppy class at the Specialty Show, at the Madison Square Garden Show, and also Boston Dog Shows. And the other one is Beau Brummel, who I think will be a better dog with maturity. They're both bred by Mr. and Mrs. C. Bondi, R.C. Bondi of Goldens Bridge, New York.
Red Lauder's awfully funny.
You started on Mr. Johnson.
Let Doug go ahead and tell us the story.
Have you started already?
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us about it. We're all very nervous.
I am leaving for...
That's taken before.
I'm leaving for England, ostensibly to seek material for my new picture, but on my left, I ask you, I am really going to the Gulf. I'm using the other as an excuse to get over. Bobby says he's too nervous to talk, but... Sir Harry, you know this is all being registered.
I know it is.
I know. Please, once more on that. My man wasn't ready. I'm very sorry. The same line of talk is splendid.
The same thing. Can't remember.
Better get this thing written down.
What?
All right, Mr. Fairbanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Johnston, Mr. Bobby Jones, and Sir Harry Lauder.
Yes.
We are all going to Europe to play golf. I'm supposed to be going over to work at a fine something.
I'm not going to play golf. I'm going to fish.
What? Go to fish.
Yeah.
Did you play golf anymore?
No.
You wouldn't play with Bobby
I
Jones?
lost my ball 2 years ago.
I know it is the sentiment of everybody in the audience to wish Mr. Jones and his team a great deal of luck in England this spring.
Before,
yes, you're going to make a lot of money out of this talking.
Is it true, Mr. Jones, that this is your farewell tour?
No, this is his third annual farewell tour.
I substitute for you, yes. Delighted.
Yes, well, goodbye. The ship's going to sail. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Come on,
Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
Bob, what's your schedule number? That's B107. I'm looking at you. Well, I was been waiting here to catch it. And boy, if I knew to catch it, I knew you'd goddamn well you had to come up here. I knew you were getting the front of the picture.
We'd better go down, Doug, now.
The Great Depression hit Cunard and the other steamship lines hard. Sailings were cut back and older ships were laid up or scrapped. The first to go was the Mauretania, retired and cut up in 1934. The Berengaria was taken out of service in 1938 after a series of electrical fires caused it to lose its passenger certification. But the Aquitania sailed on. She made her last regularly scheduled New York departure on August 30th, 1939, just days before Hitler's armies invaded Poland. She was then requisitioned by the Royal Navy and refitted as a troopship. For the next 6 years she sailed the world. After the war, the Queen Mary and the Queen Elizabeth took over the transatlantic runs to New York, and the Aquitania was relegated to austerity service to Halifax, Nova Scotia. Her last visit to New York was November 7, 1946, and her final transatlantic crossing was in December 1949.